We are on. Welcome back. We've got Medieval Dynasty episode 91 today. We've got a pretty little fall sunset going on here. So today we are going to do the herb garden, and I'm over here by the herbalist. So I was thinking we could do one here. It'd be a little bit of a smaller one, and maybe we'll throw in like a quick little one there later. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of come on over here. Man, what a peaceful game. Isn't it great? Just kind of strolling along in the village that, has taken 100 hours to build. So we have this open area over here. And you can tell I've kind of, and I'll go over what I did here, but kind of laid out a little bit. Ooh, and now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if I made it straight. Of course. It's not too bad. It's not straight with that road, which is going to annoy me. So I may have to redo that anyways, which is fine. No big deal. Yeah, see how it's kind of like at this angle? I don't really want it at that angle. I mean, oh man, kind of hard to say. Yeah, I guess I want it to be a little bit more straight. Right, so I feel like if I can have it kind of coming along this road at a similar angle, I think that'd be nice. So yeah, we'll work on that. That was just kind of a test little thing I was doing to make sure everything was gonna like fit down there. But it'll be this high by that wide, right? And then I got a little side thing I want to do as well. And the planter thing, give credit to, oh man, I had it pulled up. Duke Wayne. I think it's 180, but he, they had a very good idea with the planters, so we're gonna run with that. But yeah, so not my idea with the planters, but it was a good idea, so I want to go with that one, and then we'll add bits and bobs to it to kind of to bring it all together, I guess you could say. But yeah, so that'll be today's episode. We're gonna build an herb garden. It's kind of a nice little. I think it'll be a nice little usage of the space. I think it'll go pretty nice once I get it set up. I think the only hard part is going to be getting the first couple pieces in and getting them straight. Yeah, we'll knock this bad boy down. Just keep on swinging. When I get the outline, I may do a cut. I don't know. Otherwise, I think it's going to be, what, like 60 of those planters that I end up putting down? So I don't know if we want to bore anybody, but I guess we'll see. So I can kind of put them off of that, but I mean, it's not... as long as I kind of do it this way. Alright, let's see. How do we want to do this? I don't think I need to go over there. Well, you know what I can do? Is I can kind of just line it up here. Line up for me, please. There we go. Right, that's pretty solid right there. And then if I come over here... Now the tricky part is finding that even ground that I want. Oh, I feel like that's... Is that good? Did I get a little off kilter there? Yeah, I did. This is the hard part. I don't want it to be... It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it to look pretty good at least. So if I have my directional thing facing west... You know what we can do? There we go. We can line it up that way as well. Alright. So this should be pretty straight. Then we kind of got to decide how far over we want to go. Yeah, see, that's... So this is the hard part. I do want it to look pretty balanced and lined up. So that it does kind of take that garden shape, and that's why I think I'm going to get the outline kind of going, and we'll do a cut, and then when I bring it back, you know, I'll have kind of this part done. But yeah, let me get that kind of that linear path of it done. Let me see. Before I do, I just want to check and make sure that we're looking pretty straight there. So, and I don't remember who said it, but I have been using the photo mode more often now. You know, just kind of lining stuff up. I think that'll look pretty nice. That looks pretty. That'll kind of be straight. So, I think what we're gonna do is give me a second, and I'm just gonna get like the. What I want to do is I want to get the planters in, right? And I'm gonna do 12 by 5, I think, spread of them. And then we'll kind of go from there. So I will see everybody in a second. All right, welcome back. So no big secret to how I'm doing this. I'm basically just pushing it up until it turns green and making sure they line up, which is pretty easy to do with these. The only trouble, and it's going to be part of the game, you know, like the terrain's pretty even here. Some of the places where it's just a little different, there's a little bit of a slope to these, which in an ideal world I'd be able to not have that. But like, see how there's just like a little bit of a slope there? I think that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, so here's going to be our herb garden. And now, let's get into the fun part. Real quick, I want to check the management, just make sure... Well, probably the water skins, right? We do have water, though. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good everywhere. And these are just... okay. So, what I am thinking is I think I'm going to do... And that's why I had that stone fence up. So if I take a stone fence and we're going to line it up just on the outside here. Right, and then we'll do, why does that look a little funny? We're going to bring it out a little bit. And I want it to be pretty close to that, not necessarily in it. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Okay, yeah, looks pretty lined up. And then I'm going to do something on the outside of the stone fence as well. First, let's see how good we can get this in there. So if I do it like there. Right, and then we'll bring it out a little past there. Okay, as long as I bring it into about there, that should be pretty good. Yeah, like that. Okay, and then I don't know why I need that out. Right. Don't worry, I'll find it. I've only done this a million times. Okay. Right about. Stop it. All right, that should be good. And I'm gonna put this just to the edge for now. So that's what we did on the other side. And I'm not quite sure on that front part how I want to make it look yet. All right, let's get this up. And then what I'm thinking we're gonna do behind it is, man, I am just all over the place. So we're gonna take our trellis, a little sip, maybe that'll help. Ugh. And I'm going to rotate it this way. Now let me make sure we're lined up best we can be here. Right, so I'm just gonna do that. Maybe we'll do about there. So just kind of the way I'm checking to make sure it's even is just how it like is going through the rocks there. And then as soon as we turn green, why do I have to go out so far here? Is that too far? Is that where it was? Yeah, okay, that's good. All right, now I gotta line it back up again, which It felt like I was going out forever there. Okay, so let's get that going, and then I want to have it into that one as much as possible. Just kind of playing the old lineup game. All right, maybe I'll do it this way. I'll go there, and then we'll go over as far as we can. There we go. Bring her back over. Ooh. Wonder if that's going to be... Is that going to be just off? That's going to be an issue. I might have to start it... I didn't think about that. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I gotta get on this rock, I think. Alright, let's see how this is gonna work. Because I need it to be flush with that edge. Yeah, see, it's gonna be hanging over. I don't want that. I want it to be flush with that edge. Dang it, so I should have started on the other edge. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I guess the nice part about us making mistakes is if you do something like this, now you'll kind of know, right? It's a big thing is finding that first point, because then you build everything off of that. So if you screw up your first point, obviously, then the rest of it's going to be jacked up. I think I'm just going to have to start it here, work my way out, which I should have. You know, when I messed up the last one, I thought that would work, but I think we're going to have to do it this way. So I think we're going to have to start in the very middle, right? Like, this is the middle of all of our stuff. And if we start right in the middle, we'll go out each way. And we'll extend past if we need to. I think this will be...
I could eat a horse.
Right, third time's a charm. Man, it's really... I hate when I go out and it takes that long, because it's like, is that really in the right spot? Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's put a couple more down, we'll go to sleep, and then we'll go shoot that crow in the morning. Alright, so walk it out from the rocks. A little whistle in my S there. And walk it in towards the other trellis. Nice. Okay, now...
I can't recall the taste of food.
Yeah, I know, buddy. You're struggling. Let's see if we can go to sleep yet for the day. We'll go shoot that crow. Finish this up. Well, I mean, it's still going to be a couple minutes. So we got to get these trellises in, and then I have another idea for the little entryway path thing. Oh, God. I think the wife just fell coming out of bed. All right, what are we at? 3.5. So let's see. What I may have to do is I might have to do it from this side. I wonder if this side would be easier anyways. I don't know. Who knows?
The taste of food.
All right, so let's... Yeah, we gotta make sure we line up here. Yeah, I mean, I guess that won't matter for that. All right, let's do... Yeah, it seems pretty good. All right, we'll walk it out from the rocks. Okay, and walk it towards... Oh.
The more you work, the hungrier you get.
All right, right about there. Okay, so we got a slight elevation change, but yeah, that'll have to be what it looks like, which I guess is okay. All right, food is 1.5. Let's get these couple in. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know if this side's gonna be better or not. I mean, it's gonna do the same thing, obviously.
The
Walk it
more
out
you
from the
work,
rocks.
the hungrier you get.
Walk it towards that. Come on. See, his breathing is changing it. See how it sways just a little bit? Alright, that one's good. And then let's go into the rocks, out from the rocks, over to this one. Come on. Alright. So that should now be even on both sides, right? So we've got the little bit of overhang, right, which is perfectly fine. Right.
Starving.
Okay, he is starving. Food is 0. Let's go shoot that stupid bird so we can eat some food. Right, and there is one. There's a couple right here. Right, so it shouldn't be too bad. I don't think we'll lose enough health by then. All right, birdie. Yeah, this will be our crest challenge for the day. As soon as we pop one of these crows in its little face. There's one. There's another one. All right.
The more you work, the hungrier you get.
I'm gonna need one of you guys to stop moving for me. There we go. All right. Crest unlocked. Beautiful. Now, we gotta eat up here. Do a little bit of that fish meat. Get our stuff back here. All right. Not the greatest of shots, but it got the job done. Come on over, horsey.
Move on.
And I got a message. Oh man, I had a lot of really good comments yesterday. I don't remember. It was from Zelda or Pamela. Talking about like a stud horse, and they can carry more. So I got to test that out sometime. Maybe at the end of the episode or next episode, we'll kind of see how we're doing on time for everything. All right, on with the build. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do our trellises now, coming down the edge here. I might just stay on the outside. That way I don't have those stupid planters to kind of contend with, right? All right, so to make sure we're even, right, we're nice and straight here. Okay, that should be pretty good, I think, right there. It looks a little, oh, shoot. All right, so you can kind of just see where it all dissolves and where it comes out. And we'll walk it out, and in, out. Now we're gonna go as far over as we can. Right about there. The old lining them up game. Very fun, very fun. Come on. Right. Man, I can't tell. I feel like I'm moving a lot. Alright, that should be pretty good. And then... Don't let me go too far over on this one. Let's see. I guess that's alright. And then we'll have our little bit of overlap here. Or overhang, I guess you could say. Over there. Alright. So yeah, and then when you're on the inside, right, it's going to kind of give it that look, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know, it's kind of another thing we can do with these trellises. Now that we've used them a couple times, I don't want to use them. I don't want to overuse them, right? It's kind of the thing. All right, let's man. Okay, yep. And right there. All right. That looks... Is that even? I guess so. I felt like that one was going to be uneven. I don't know why. And it's because I'm used to, when I first was testing it out, I had them flipped. So the depth was kind of messing with me there. All right. Nice, and we're pretty even on both sides. Yeah, that looks good. That'll be kind of the exterior, and then all I'm gonna do in here, obviously, is I'm gonna put, you know, we're gonna put rows of our stuff, right? And being that there's 6 herbs, you know, that's why I went with 12. I felt like 18 was too big to have 3 rows of everything, and 1 row of everything was too small. So, yeah, I decided to go with 12. I felt like 12 was an okay kind of spot right in the middle. If we did one over by the hut, then obviously we would have had to do a just a 6 deep. Right, so that would have been more of a square, which I don't even know, now that I think of it, I don't even know if I could have fit 6 over there. Daisy, alright, now some dandelions in the middle here. Oh man, I was thinking too when I put all these planters down, I could have done a time lapse there. But of course I didn't realize it until I was like on the last row. I was like, oh yeah, I probably could have done that. So sorry if you were wanting to watch a montage of that. The other thing I got to do too is because I had that copyright, not the strike, but I had a copyright thing that would have demonetized the video, which not that I'm monetized yet, anyways. But you know, future purposes, I guess. What did I just plant? Henbane, right? Yeah. So I need to. I know YouTube has like an audio thing. I need to. I think I'm gonna grab it if I can, and bring it over to my editing software. Which I don't know if you can do that. So it's one of those things. It's on my to-do list. I've been very busy this last couple weeks. Baseball's kind of getting started. I I won't be full time until June, but all right. Here's the herb garden. You know, and as I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if we should put the taller ones in the back and the little ones up front. You know, that might not be the worst idea. Maybe we're gonna, yeah, let's do that, or it'll kind of annoy me. We got a million of these resources, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the taller ones kind of near the back, so you can basically just so you can see everything. Otherwise, henbane. You know, like the tall ones up front will block out the other ones. So we don't want that, right? It's like when you're taking your like a big picture. You don't put all the tall people in front. I guess that's how that's how you can kind of think of it. Did I get that? Yeah. Thistle. Oh, yes. While we're doing this, so next episode, I'm thinking of... what do we got here? I might do the dandelions here. I have the daisies up front. I think they look a little better. Yeah, I want to do kind of a fall prep for the winter challenge, right? And if you haven't heard about it, we're going to be running around in the old birthday suit. We have to do it for a whole winter. And I'm going to keep all the settings the same. I think it'll be more fun that way. But I need... if anybody has any ideas of how to stay warm when you're naked in the winter. I'm thinking like some booze and pie, right? There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. Now we got all of our stuff everywhere. Man, look at that. But yeah, some ideas would be nice. That way I can kind of, you know, see how I want to do it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to run around or if I'm going to have to basically run back and forth between here, like these three, like my house and the storages. So that's why I was kind of thinking of the fire. But yeah, I don't know how bad it's going to get. All right, let's put some crap away here. Wheat beer. Where did I get that? I must have got that from turning in a quest thing or something. Oh yeah. So here's what we're gonna do next. Oh my god, I'm stuck on the sign. I'm gonna grab a bunch of stone, I think. Which, holy crap, we ran out of, we used all of our stone up? What? Hold on, let me look at this. Did I screw something up? Yesterday. Oh, not consumable, crafting. Stone, 384. I know they were selling some, but we gotta change that, because we're almost out of stone. Which, I mean, I guess we ran through a bunch of it with those planners, but... That seems like a lot. Alright, overflow... Oh, we're selling 390 a day? Is it maybe just because our person got a lot better? Ugh, I don't know. Yeah, that is way too much. Let's get this down a little bit. We can do like 100 of those. I wonder if did I switch a person? Man, because yeah, we're running through this stuff much faster than I want to. Unless maybe that was the plan for a little bit. Alright, if we sell 65 stone... The only reason I did that is because we were bringing in a bunch and I had a lot of it. But... 16... 25... Ooh. Might just have to rebuild our stone up for a little bit. Yeah, I had, they were selling way too much. I wonder if that was a person where they sucked and then I put back in somebody who was good. Or maybe they just got good that fast. Yeah, so we're going to take down the stone for right now. How many feathers are we bringing in a day? I'm just going to go over this real quick. What is that, hunting? Nope. Man, what did I do? I completely took off feathers, and there's no way I did that. I mean, yeah, that's fish, so that makes sense. Meat, leather, feathers. Oh no, our feathers are coming from the... That's right. Feathers from the geese, the goose house. Alright, so they're making 112 feathers a day. So if we go to our overflow... feather-wise... Yeah, we don't want to sell too many. Let's go down to like 50. Okay, that's pretty good. Wool fabric should be alright. Flour... 104 a day. Let me see what I'm making. Production... Nope, just kidding. 7... 15. 105. What did I say we're selling? All right, last thing I want to check, and then we'll get back to it here. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Let's go there. I don't want to sell too much, and maybe I jacked them up a little bit to kind of get rid of some stuff. But all right, that should be good. Okay, now the problem is my stone is quite a ways down. So I'm going to take pretty much the rest of our stone. Now here's what I want to do. Back to picking up stones and sticks. All right, I'm gonna have to watch that because that won't do. We need we need a little bit extra stone. Like I had like 3,000, so I didn't need that many, but I fear I switched it too much. All right, so here's the plan. Is I'm gonna drop like a bunch of stone. I'm gonna kind of like move it up into here, and I want to build like a stone kind of thing in front of this, which I don't know. Oh man, where'd they go? Oh, did they just go flying? I think they did. Did you see that? in the distance, it looked like, unless it was a bird, it looked like something was flying away. All right. But yeah, so basically, that's kind of my plan. All right, and then if we kind of, you can kind of just like move one and like bump it into the rest to kind of get like that stone little path going. And now the other thing I was thinking, and I might have to do some of that off camera because I think that's going to take a little bit. Oh god, get out of here. All right, put that in, or close that. Now, I got to think about how I want to make like road. One of the things, and I'm not going to do it now, but I was thinking this would be kind of a cool area if I did a plank road, which I don't know. And what I mean by that is if we go here. Planks. Let's just grab a couple. And this for sure I would have to do off camera because it'll get very boring. But let's say I wanted to make one of them. Right, we're gonna drop that. And now I have to manipulate it and move it. So it's a giant pain in the butt. Right, but then we, like we'd put a plank there. Right, we'd take another one. And then you gotta like put them together. Right, so you generally kind of do something like that. But what it'll do is it would make like a wooden plank pathway for us, and then we could put up a fence on the other side of it. It would be a nightmare. It takes so long. I did it on what was it? The last map, the Oxbow. I made like this big plank kind of walkway thing. Right, and it's just the like matching it up is just annoying. Yep, see, and that's what happens is you'll get like all the way kind of near the end, and I grabbed the wrong one there. So now this one's all jacked up. It would be nice if they had some way to kind of combat this, right? Because it looks super cool. Like we'd have a nice walkway to that, but I'm not sure. I think what I'm gonna do for right now is I'm just gonna go regular walkway. Because that'll... Oh, this might be that one stone that I thought flew 8 miles away. Yeah, I want to get a good pile of stonage going over here. So that it kind of goes up to... And I know that would be a lot. Did I grab that? It would be a lot of stone to get this to all pile up. But if you could get it like kind of to pile up to like the top of that or even close, I think that would look pretty cool. Again, that might be something I have to do off camera. I don't think anyone wants to watch me drop 100 stones and move them around. But what we can do is we can get this road going. And now, do we want to do... So here's the thing. I don't know if I want to do one going across here. Right? If I do one going across, like, I feel like they would be going back and forth, right? So that would get a little cluttered. And then we want this kind of going straight north. Yeah, then we do like just a little path kind of coming out here. Yep, and then one that goes across here. Here's where I want to make sure we line up good. I want to make sure we're lined up with that other road. Alright, so let me get you straight. Ah, yeah, this is a bit of a pain. Alright, so like that feels not in line with that road to me. Let's see if it is. Maybe it's not bad. The pain of trying to make something even is annoying. All right. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. So now we got our road. Pull out our old hammer here. We can kind of see where that path is a little easier. And I'm thinking we'll just put up kind of like a basic fence. Again, maybe we'll change the fence. I'm not quite sure. But I'm just going to kind of have this go along the gravelly part. So we'll have that come all the way down to here. That looks pretty good. Bring it down to like here, I think. Alright, gonna line her up, make her look nice. We'll put one going here, bring one to here, and then over to here. We'll just line that up with our trellis. Okay. Alright. How are we doing on time here? Yeah, I think we might have to finish this build up on the next episode. We'll see how far in we can get. Maybe we're doing okay. If I can just get to that rock part, that'll help out a lot. All right, so we got that. Now we do have our gravel kind of goes to here. I know that's gonna be kind of funky. I wonder. Yeah, I mean, I want to kind of keep it even here. All right, right about there, I would say. Yeah, okay. Right, and then kind of a little baby fence. Ah, man, I'm not gonna have enough. I got just a little bit too much going on here. How much do I need? That much. Ugh. That is a dilemma. Alright, let's see what we can do to try to fix this. A little less than ideal. That with the tight space here. Okay, so if I bring it that way, it's got to go at least that far, right? It's insufficient length, so it's got to be big enough basically to get like one little bit. You know, I think that'll be fine. We'll just have it be a little uneven. Not too worried about it.
I need to drink something.
Oh god, is there a car alarm going off? That's annoying. They fixed it right away. Nice. All right, let's get this fence up, and then we'll top off on our food and water. See how we're looking. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Entryway-wise, I don't know if we need anything here.
I'm thirsty.
Like maybe one of those walk-through trellises there would look kind of cool. But then if I do that, I'm gonna have to redo the fence because I'm gonna have to have the fence come off of it, or it'll drive me crazy. So maybe we'll just stay with this for right now. If we do want to change stuff, you know, we can. It just kind of, I don't know, right? Just gives it a nice little pathway onto the herbal area, herb garden. So yeah, right, you're coming into town here, going up to my house, or here's the herb garden. I can go in here. And then I would say, yeah, like I'm gonna have like stones that come on each side, right? Oh, nice. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna drag you and push you all up into here. Yeah, and then
My mouth's dry.
where this path is, so what I'll probably do is just have like stones on the side up until like the edge of this one. Alright, our guy is whiny. Let's go get some stuff, and then yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it for today's episode. So I think I'll just keep everybody with me if you want to hang out and watch me drop some rocks. It needs to get done. I'm gonna have to go make some food. We'll do that next time. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm sold on the fence yet, but I don't know. I mean, we could do a stone walkway down to there. The problem is, if I do a stone walkway, I'm gonna connect it to that. Which that would look pretty cool too, right? You just extend the stone down to here, and then you have like a stone fenced-in area. Oh man, I'm not sure. We can do that. Let me sleep for the night. We'll show everybody again what it looks like. Can I sleep yet? Probably not yet, huh? A little early. I'll show everybody what it looks like during the day, and then if you have any suggestions, then yeah, 20 more minutes, 20 more seconds, kind of. Let's just stare at the kids. Oh, we got a new one up here. Yeah, new buddy today. Last time he had somebody that had like the longest name ever, began with an S. Oh, and they're gone. That's funny. Yeah, little kids everywhere. Yeah, look in here. We got people hanging out. Looks nice. Somebody was saying too. There's a dude up at the bar that we can get a mission from. Like I said, next episode we'll probably do that winter prep stuff, but then after that, yeah, we'll do some missions. We'll probably do a mission episode. So see, we have a couple in town. All right, we got a couple in town. I wonder if that one's that one dude. Okay, can't rock past there. Where are they? Are they in the house here? Oh, yep. Oh, it's a kid! Okay. We got a little kid mission. Interesting. You know, and that one's darker than the other one, too. Is it just because it's closer? The life when you don't usually do too many missions. Oh, yeah, that one's just way over there. Okay. So, yeah, we'll check those out. I know it's a good idea by... again, sorry, I've had so many good comments lately. I'm getting them all mixed up on who left them. But, you know, they said to look at some of those missions, like, in town and all that, because you can get some good ones there, too. So, yeah, we'll definitely do a little bit of that 2 episodes from now, I believe. All right, let's go to sleep. Yeah, let's go look at this and see how it looks. And then if anybody has any cool suggestions, let me know. This is my first time kind of building an herb garden. I am thinking about that stone, right? Just extending these out. And then instead of these little wood fence right here on the pathway, we'd have a stoned in kind of pathway. So, yeah, let me know. Once it gets to be more of a more daytime, oh god, then I'll step back. I'll show everybody in photo mode kind of what it looks like. All right, let's drop what we have for these. Man, that's crazy. I went through that much stone. I wonder if I don't think so. I was gonna say, I wonder if I accidentally dropped some. Because we had a ton. And what are these? Do these flower pots? Do they cost that much? Yeah, it's only 8 stone. 8. And how many of these put up? 60. Yeah, there's no way I went through that much stone just using those. Huh. I don't know. Either way, we'll you know, we'll get back into the stone and having too much of it. All right, I'm just kind of dropping a bunch right now. One's coming in from nowhere. And then we're kind of just gonna push them around a little bit. Right, and eventually what I'm gonna end up doing then is I'm gonna have to kind of like pick them up a little bit more. You know, and kind of start dropping them up on top of other ones. But yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. I'm just going to basically stack a bunch of rocks. I think it'll kind of give it like a look of, you know, like a, just, I don't know, just a cool little look. But yeah, it's going to take quite a few stones to kind of fill it out, I guess. Yeah. It's funny how that one's coming in late. Right. Yeah, so kind of a pain in the butt. But then once you get kind of that base set up, you can, you know, we'll be able to drop them a little easier. Oh, of course you fell off. There we go. But yeah, so this will be the fun, right? But we'll get a little bit of a rock kind of set up there, make them, you know, try to make them look a little better. If anybody has any better ideas, you know, let me know. In my mind, this seemed like it was going to be pretty cool, you know, and maybe once I fill it out, it'll look a little better than I'm seeing right now. You know, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. I do want to put something kind of in front of them, right? And you know, I guess that's not looking bad as I'm kind of getting more rocks placed there. But that was kind of my intent, so that way you couldn't really. So like what I'm saying is I want to put something there so that way you can't really see the planters in the front as much. So it looks a little bit more like an actual garden. But I don't know. I'm up for suggestions, so let's go into photo mode and take a look-see. That way everyone can kind of see. Right, but I mean, I think it looks good. Pretty happy with the exterior part of it. The interior looks nice. You know, it looks like an herb garden. So an awesome suggestion. Let me know kind of on the sides. I don't know if I'm sold on the rocks yet. I might look through the inventory and see if there's something better we can kind of drop there or even place there. Ooh, you know what? Hold on. All right, so there's your picture. You know, let me know if you got any ideas. What about this? What if we did obstacles? Oh man, the road's gonna be a pain in the butt, isn't it? Hold on. I was thinking, destroy. Fence. Nope. The problem is, right? I'm gonna run into that. So maybe, hold on. Let me see. If I get rid of the gravel road, maybe. No? Are you gonna? There we go. All right. Do that and that. Okay, now, if I do a fence, a low wattle fence, and then we'll do it from here. Come this way. Insufficient length. How long has it got to be? I hope not that long. Ah, are you serious? It's got to be that long. Okay. New plan, new plan, new plan. What if we come from here and we give it just a little bit of space and we just make it go across? How about that? That might be pretty cool. Right? And then what it does is it gives me an area to like either pile up those rocks. Come on. Come on.
I wish I had a significant other as well.
Right, so now it gives me an area to like pile up those rocks in. I wonder, do we make it even closer? Or, yeah, I mean, to the edge of the trellis might be, right, like that first stick. But we are slightly uneven in that sense here. Decisions, decisions. All right, let's do that. Man, that'd be nice if I put one all the way across and it lined up. Like if we, so like what I'm saying, maybe we start one here. And I don't need too much space, right? But we bring it all the way across. Ugh, wish I could see it a little easier. That might work. Yeah, so to about here, let's say. I just want it to be straight. I don't want to redo it 18 times. Okay. So what I was hoping was... I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, it goes right to the middle of it, of course. So what I was thinking was if it wasn't here, like the middle part, then I could just destroy one of them, and it'd just make everything easier. Alright, well, looks like we're going to have to do it the other way. Okay, so, let's go fence, low wattle fence, and how much space do you think we need? That should be pretty good. Ooh, the thing is, if I bring that stone down, though, I'm going to have to redo the fencing. Of course. Man, are we gonna redo this? Is this gonna come down all the way? Or are we gonna stick with this fence? That is gonna be what I need to solve first. You know, let's stick with what we have. Again, let me know if you think that stone fence is just gonna look a million times better. Let me know. Because we can definitely go in and change it. All right, let me make sure you're even here. All right, so I'm just gonna show everybody what I'm planning here, right? So now we have this little fence, and we can just drop our stones in there, move them around, and they shouldn't move around too much, you know. Like if we grab this stone, come on. Right, see, now they're going to kind of just stay in here. So that'd be kind of easier to, you know, pile them up, get them stacked up. Right, that fence will kind of contain them. So we'll have like a little fenced-in stone area. Again, though, let me know if there's something better than stone that you can think of. I'd be all ears. Right, but then we can have a little gated-in thing there, and we'll kind of put the stones in. I think that might be kind of cool. Something a little different. We haven't done anything like that. Let's get this one in quick. Fences. Now, how am I going to do this? Just kind of line it up by eye, I guess. I'd say right there is pretty good. Ooh, well, I'm going over on time. All right. It does move them around when I hit it too. Okay. Whoop. All right. Horsey's here, ready to go. I know you're over there. Oh no, she moved on me. All right, so that's going to be it for today's episode. We've got the build coming along pretty nice. I'm going to add a little bit to it. You know, I don't think we'll have like a part 1, part 2 official episodes on it. We'll just kind of touch it up off camera, and then I'll bring everybody back and kind of what I've had. Otherwise, if you have suggestions, let me know. I'm all ears. Otherwise, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.